Hello and welcome to the How to CEO show. I'm your host, Murray Newland. In this show, we're going to be looking at how companies and CEOs can do quarantine management right now as we're dealing with the coronavirus. I'm speaking with Dr. Kang from KangarooHealth. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks for having me here, Murray. So I'm Xiaoxu Kang, founder and CEO of KangarooHealth. And at KangarooHealth, we develop intelligent solutions for early risk detection and virtual triage. So we're helping the physicians and healthcare system to keep track of their patients' health status outside the clinics and enable early intervention as needed.
So, how does this work?
Yeah. So on the patient's end, through a mobile application, the systems automatically track each patient's vitals and symptoms automatically. And then the system, through machine intelligence, detect those critical moments when escalation of care is needed. And then we immediately connect those patients to physicians and licensed nurses online to offer early care directions and interventions.
So, with the corona outbreak, what are the major challenges facing employers and CEOs, and how they're dealing with it day to day?
So I think that in face of the coronavirus outbreak that's going on right now, I think one key topic that many CEOs are worrying about is that how to ensure the well-being of their employees to ensure the continuity of their business operations. And the one new challenge that coming up is that many employees may have been exposed to coronavirus risks. So they need to do quarantine management. So that's a new topic, new challenge for them.
And how are employers and employees and businesses generally handling these challenges right now?
From what we have seen on the field is that many employers they send staff to call these people under investigation repetitively multiple times per day and with a serious screening questions. As you can imagine, that is very time consuming, labor intensive. And also with the rapid increase in the number of people who are under investigation, this is not a scalable solution clearly.
It seems super inefficient, and so I know your company focuses on detection and managing this virtually. What are you doing to help companies with this challenge right now?
So Kangaroo Health has recently launched a virtual intelligent quarantine management solution. So it's borrowing the same concept that we did for normal patients. So it's basically on the employee side, they get a mobile app to keep track of their vitals and symptoms every day. We use machine intelligence detecting when they need extra care, more advanced care. And then we have our providers, which are physicians, licensed nurses, to provide timely care interventions online so that we protect these employees and make sure that they can get the care they need in a timely manner.
So, can you please give me an example of this? Like, how does this work in practice?
Yeah. So the one thing that's in urgent need for a healthcare system is actually on quarantine management, because as you can imagine, many frontline physicians, nurses, and care staff, they're actually have been exposed and under investigation for coronavirus risks.
Right.
So that we're collaborating with some healthcare systems to help them to remotely track, monitor these people under investigation and detecting the risk level changes. And so that enable them to understand how their healthcare workforces are responding or changing in face of the coronavirus, doing quarantine management effectively.
So, what is this? What are the benefits for both employers and employees of this?
Yeah, I think that compared to the manual way of calling people under investigation, this is enable one staff to manage hundreds of thousands of people under investigation at scale. So it's super efficient. And second is that it's actually reduce unnecessary ER visits for those people under investigation. And also in the same ways that we're actually protecting those people under investigation from high exposure risks in the crowded waiting rooms that you can imagine today, because they receive care directions and most interventions online. So it's safe for both employees and employers, and give employers a very clear idea over the health risks of all their people under investigation.
And so, but as an individual, how do I know that my my privacy is being protected? And equally, as a company, that protecting the privacy of my employees is super important to me. How are you dealing with the privacy issue?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we truly believe that the health data belongs to the individual patients. So we provide the technology, and we have our provider doing the monitoring and early intervention entirely. So that when employer, let's say, adopt our solution for quarantine management, they see an overall summary of the health risks of their employee under investigation, but they don't actually see the health data and the health information of the employees. So it makes sure that the privacy is protected while the employers still get the transparency needed to make time-sensitive decisions for operations.
Now, who pays for this? Is it the employer, the employee? What's the model? And even as a CEO, I can say, hey, I want to implement this. As an employee, can I say, hey, can I offer? Can I ask my CEO to take this up?
So the solution is basically no charge for employees or people under investigation, because they're usually part of a system. This is part of their employer's overall quarantine management effort. So this is basically we work directly with the employer level, and they tell us who to manage and take care of. And so employee can refer this, definitely recommend this to their employers, and they can just email us at hello@KangarooHealth.com, and it's very easy for them to just say hello to us, and we're happy to help them through this crisis.
Excellent, thank you. And who else do you see doing a great job in this space?
So we are in communication with many healthcare systems. I think one good example that we have noticed is that physician leaders in Palo medical foundations, such as Dr. Albert Wang, who's the chairman of the board in Palo Medical Foundation, and Dr. Matt Hernandez, who's the chief medical officer, they have been really on the front line to care about their employees and doing the quarantine management effectively for their physician and nurse staff.
It's great to know that cutting-edge hospitals are also looking after their staff really well to make sure that everyone has a great outcome. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, and really great to share the experience and the insight with everybody here.
Thank you. I'm Murray Newlands. You're listening to the How to CEO show. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you next time.